Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Y'all been well? Yeah, we are. Let's see. Yeah, right now I am trying to get my workflow working for. Yeah, have y'all been? Yeah, right now we're doing some. So we have the. So we basically here are all the original assets in Superhero Life, including all the artifacts. And what we're going to do is we're going to work to actually translate them over to the final version, as it were. Um, bin slash. Yeah, and for that, we're also automating some of the publishing stuff. Ooh, publish response. Yeah, so we are, okay, so asset ID. Yeah, we're just trying to make it so that we can quickly upload and iterate things, which I think will be pretty cool. But yeah, also I can say that we successfully are able to port your data from before. Check this out. So this right here is my data. Yeah, this is all of this stuff. Yeah, and believe it or not, this isn't actually the format that it's in. It's in some truly unintelligible stuff. Like check this out. So this is what character data looks like normally. Just completely nonsense. Like what does this even mean? Um, Instead, I've made something much more structured, much more readable. Yeah. And so that took a large part of my weekend. But now when we actually test the character creator, we can do it using my old data. So we can see like, Captain Cool Guy or something translated in real time. And then for that, what we're going to do is we basically have this server workflow that we're going to be working with, where you see every single original thing, we now have an asset ID, and we're going to load it in, and then hopefully, get for some of them it'll require us making custom assets, and for others we'll just of course be able to reuse the originals. So that's what we're going to be doing now for this week. We're going to take all of that stuff and hopefully get some cool things. Let's see. All right, so I'm just gonna quickly open this up. But yeah, part of that is going through and improving how we handle these different things. So let's try that again. Publishing, publish response. Yeah. Oh, do you think the very big names that break the chat limit are going to transfer? Probably not. We're probably going to do that. Oh, also, Duck, happy birthday tomorrow. Buff, well, I appreciate you stopping by, but do be sure to get some sleep. Have you ever managed to figure out the avatar shapes? I have not. However, I have gone and pretty much I've gone and I've made it modular so that we can you know here are the two body types right now across different styles. So I've hooked up the workflow. We're just gonna we're gonna improve these. These aren't necessarily the final assets, but just we want to make sure that stuff looks good across multiple different things. Speaking of which, scripts, API, operation ID to asset ID test dot. Okay, so why does this fail every time? Just trying to figure out because, like, in theory, it shouldn't. Yeah, so we're just cleaning up the last time, as you know, we did the ability to sort of recolor stuff. And because we're going to be doing a more complicated workflow, let's see. What do you think about the current community of the game? I'm not sure about specific drama, but for the most part, I think there's always a bit of drama in every community. The experience I've had is I'm just thankful that, people played the game all these years afterwards. Um, though I'm not sure about drama. Is there a specific thing that happened, or do I want to know? Let's see. Yeah, no, if we're talking about like drama in the sense of the if we're talking about drama in the sense that people disagree with me on things, that does happen. Um, but I'm not sure I'd go as far as to say that like it's a huge issue. Like people are allowed to disagree with me. It might just mean I'm wrong too much. It might not be the community's fault. Let's see. Okay, so let's just save all that. Mm, let's see. But yeah, no, right now I'm just trying to get an image uploaded. It's going poorly. For some reason, whenever I run it through here, things are fine. But we'll see. So let's see if this works. So okay, so let's. Has this stopped running yet? Goodness, I wish I could just manually stop all the code. Um, yeah, no, every community has a few bad apples, but for the most part, I feel like y'all are pretty nice. Like you know, uh, nothing's perfect, but I don't know. I don't think I'd ever say that I have a bad community. That just doesn't seem right. The character size is going to be a thing again. So it is something that we support functionality wise. I will probably allow it to be configured in Superhero Life 2. Um, yeah, the really just depends. All right, so now we're just just trying to see the internal error. Oh, what I just don't get is why it kind of works for the previous one, but then it's specifically this one where everything starts falling apart. Oh well. Because like you can see like the assets coming through on the shell. What do I think about the characters exploiters modding the suits? I think it's nice that they have added more functionality to the game. Publish response. Hmm. What am I doing here today? so let me just delete that. Okay, we're almost through, hopefully. Okay, so we're trying to write to that. Awaiting asset completion. Path exists, get asset ID, blah, 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 blah. I just don't know where it could possibly be putting it, you know? Come on. Okay. How, maybe I should just stop trying to overcomplicate it. Let's source the scripts, operation ID to asset, if done status is equal to true. So bin. Okay, so we're just going to manually override that. And see if we can get it to show up. Publish response, test.text. Okay, so it's working. So I think it's just an issue with that. That's weird. Okay, let's local file name. We'll just do it like that. And then provide it there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully this gets things back to normal. Am I only able to send in like a single parameter or something? Hey there, Buff. What do you? Let's see. So I just kind of interested in learning Lua. Is there a way to begin coding? Really, what I'd recommend is just find something that interests you, like find a project you want to do. I know one I enjoyed as a kid was making a Star Trek sized spaceship that you could move around or fly, you know? Like just set yourself a goal to get some functionality in a game, and you'll learn how to do stuff along the way. Don't get me wrong, there's stuff you can't necessarily learn through your first experiences, but for the most part, getting good at programming is about finding the balance between effort and feeling rewarded, because a lot of people burn out otherwise. So I just recommend just don't get too overwhelmed. Don't look at a bunch of different guides. Figure out how to do one specific thing. Ask GPT GP2, GPT, if if you like that, that can be very helpful. Um, but yeah, no, it really is just like practicing is hard, but doing stuff is easy. Doing stuff is just like, oh, this could be fun. If something's getting boring, change, do something else. There's no one thing to program. You can program a lot of stuff. And so, yeah, just figure out what that is. If you get bored of it, make a new thing. And that's what I'd recommend. That's how I got into it, at least. Um, let's see. Hmm, what's going on with that? Why is it? What am I doing in the initial one? That Okay, so create decal, output file, response goes to output file. Hmm. Hey there, Grizz. Let's see. Buff. I have been coding since I was 12, so about 14 years. I wouldn't say most of it's good. Like I'd say that the code I wrote even just half that time ago is just unusable for the most part. Um, let's see. Yeah, no, Zine, keep at it. I promise. It'll pay off. It's worth it. You'll never regret being able to do something with a computer. That can be very handy. Okay. Yay. All right. So, okay. Beautiful. Look at this. Check this out. Beautiful. And so now this is why I was doing it because in theory, we should be able to do some pretty handy. Is it over? Hmm. I think I might need to mess with the alpha of it a bit more. Yeah, I don't know if we've maintained the transparency here. The yeah, okay. So output name. Trying to think literally what else could be causing the issue. Um, file name, get asset one. Okay, so publish test. Hey there, Chill. Thank you for stopping by. Let's see. It's, the Grizz says, "Hey, I did some exploring with the teleport. What's the little draw on the docks for?" Oh, I made that for a game jam actually. Um, what's going on here? Why is the second argument not coming in? See, maybe a byte is getting cut off the end. Could that be it? Because like y'all can see, it's like it's losing the. It's very odd. Um, no, oh well. We'll just do it this way, I guess. Uh, the okay, so unit test, no, type publish test. Source is not valid. Script. Okay. I don't know what was causing the issue now, but hopefully. All right. Creating image at completion for operation. But it does. Y'all can see it, right? It should be finding that. Losing my mind. See, I want to, yeah, I think a weather system, like, I want to have a lot of custom controls over the weather stuff in the servers, you know? Let's see, there's the path.bin. Why is it, am I like, I feel like I'm going crazy. You know, what is that weird, what's that weird gap right there? I think that might be it. Okay. Current list, file util dot list. Let's see, maybe this get it if exists. Okay, so get if exists. It checks this stuff. Meanwhile, remove. No idea. Okay, writing image asset completion. Okay, what is listed under here? It exists right there. What are the magic characters in Lua again? It's like there's like these patterns. So any uppercase. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean this up a bit. Okay. We're just gonna run through a few of these, figure out why stuff is not working. Okay. All right. So yeah, let's see. Clear that. Let's try again. Publish test. Okay. Creating image of that. It worked. Okay. It looks like there was some weird. Let's see. Now I kind of know which character was it. There was like some weird pause or something happening at the end. Yay. Okay. Well, now it's working, so we can get rid of all of the weird print statements. Where's it erroring at? That's it. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, Buff. I appreciate it. Okay. So it seems like we've got a pretty surefire way. Okay. So operation publish util. Okay. So create image sync. Now we just got to figure out what's going on with. Okay. So let's open this up with paint.net. We're just gonna figure out where things are going wrong. This is the PNG, and this is the BMP. Doesn't seem like it's including the transparency. It's annoying. So in that case, okay, so we need to find a way to, okay, so Lua, hey there, Cody. No worries at all. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, right now we're just debugging some console command stuff. Alpha RGBA. Hmm. Maybe it's how I initialized it. Let's try this one. Hmm. Maybe I just need to use maybe I just need to use the full. Ooh, creating. Ah, okay, so let me see. What is the best way to do these things? It was done by Buff, and I appreciate the Truman Show reference. I think the I'm doing something wrong here. You know, let me let me see what how I can change this. So publish test brightest monocolor. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So just to verify, this is what it should be looking like. You know, this is what it should be looking like. You have So let me actually set the position of this accessory. Okay. So like see like this is the goal here where we can have like sort of a really nice um yeah just a nice little thing. But for some reason the asset we create isn't including the alpha layer, and that is causing issues. And so we need to figure out why that is. Okay, so let's see how how this works. So this is called PNG encoder. Um, PNG encoder.lua. It was made here. And let's see. So let's first start by replacing that with bit 32. And then how does it actually write stuff? Write bytes, data, index number. Okay, PNG encoder. So let's copy the code from earlier. Okay, so we have local PNG encoder equals requires script wait for child encoder. Just save once to get it to get that going. So PNG encoder. PNG encoder. Oh wow, it literally just continues down. It's impressive. Okay, so local PNG equals PNG encoder width, height, RGBA, and then I guess let's try this. And then afterwards, we're going to fileutil.write.png. How do I convert the raw PNG data to a string? Right, begin. Okay, so this is the downside of a public domain code, 43 bytes long. Okay, wait, write bytes, self.output. I just, all right, I guess I will just try and print whatever the raw PNG output is at the end. Okay, so it's at output. Uh, let's try this one instead. PNG Lua. Um, Let me just double check. More than new row, verbose. Right, png.lua. So how do I convert it back into bytes? Okay, so we can write all these pixel maps. Get pixel row, bit from color, make pixel, extract chunk data. This is devastating. Okay. BMP, Lua to BMP. Come on. Come on. Lua power. This requires way too many different libraries. Will you increase the size? So when you say size, do you mean like map size or what are you thinking? Because I am going to be increasing the map size a little bit. In fact, you can see it here. Yeah, so it's a little bit bigger. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so assets. Okay, so TGA, Lua to TGA. Maybe load Lua right TGA. Come on, please, please. Read bitmap graphics. Okay, we'll find. We're going to find a way around this. Okay, so we're going to make two bitmaps, and one of them is just going to be an alpha map for the other. That makes sense. I will be improving the lighting a ton. That's just you want to build the city in standard lighting, and then you want to load in that other stuff. But don't worry, I've gotten a lot better at lighting since I first started making games. So expect that to improve as well. Okay, so local RGB BMP, hey BMP alpha. Okay, so color BMP. Okay, beautiful. So color BMP, we're gonna have that as a 0. And alpha BMP, we're gonna have that as there. So path alpha path color whoops, color path and okay. So all right, beautiful. Let's try this again with P local BMP color path, BMP alpha path. Let's just run that. Okay. I publish test. Okay. Dang it, mistakes were made. All right, so I need to alpha. I need to make these different paths. Well, yeah, no, I'm hoping that I'll be able to revitalize it, Mr. Pink Freak. Um, so yeah, fingers crossed. Do you have the assets made for the remake? No, not yet. That's actually something I'll be doing soonish. Okay, nice. So we have the alpha. Okay, so now let's convert image. Okay, so BMP. Okay, so open. Hmm, okay, so BMP color file, BMP alpha file. All right, let's see. Convert. Yeah, I have to say, learning Python and just other non-Lua code has saved me so much suffering. It just unlocked so many doors. Like right now, I'm basically able to do something no one else on Roblox can. Well, no one else who doesn't know coding. It's not that impressive if you know how to do stuff outside of Roblox, but if you don't, then this is essentially insane because it will allow me to do dynamic changes to this kind of stuff um, very early on. Okay. Yeah, and it will just unlock a bunch of really cool doors. Okay, so now, all right. So now, all right. Now let's see. Um, all right. So we want to change the alpha to an L according to ChatGPT, and we want then we want to apply it as the colored image and save it as a PNG. Beautiful. Okay, let's try this now. All right, so BMP color path, BMP alpha path. All right, let's try this again. It's interesting. It removed the PNG. Okay, it says this one should be it. Let's give it a try. Oh, beautiful. We did it, yo. We did it. We can now make fully recolorable assets dynamically via code. It's beautiful. And this means that, yeah, this unlocks a bunch of stuff. It's going to be really cool. But yeah, success. Okay. Let's see. So, guess um, local surface appearance equals find first child appearance true. Let's see, let me go in and okay. Okay, so now what we can do, we can literally just choose any hat we want, and it will go through the process of making us a textured version. It didn't like that. Why didn't it like that? Oh yeah, because I still got to load in the texture. Okay. So in that case, I guess we'll have to use insert service. So service, insert service, local decal model equals instance, wait for child. So ins insert asset, load asset, that was it. Okay, so asset ID, local decal equals decal model, find first child of class, decal, assert decal, local texture ID equals decal dot texture. And so now we can do it that way. All right, so let's publish that, see how it goes. And it's perfect. All right, guys, let's choose a new one. We're gonna try this again. We're gonna do another one. Okay, we're gonna have fun. Let's what's your favorite hat? What's your favorite catalog item? One ideally with multiple colors. Okay, just give me just what's a good asset? How about, while we're waiting, we'll just choose some from here. How about you? Or actually, this one looks good. Red spikes of victory. All right, so we can frumpled wizard hat, bacon hair. All right, we got a few options. So let's do them one at a time. All right, so um, let's see where. Okay, is this a catalog item? Okay, well we're going to use Maple Sticks version because I can't seem to find. Oh no, that doesn't make sense. Wait, what's the bacon hair actually called again? I need the actual name. Um, okay, to find it, but from oh, is it pal hair? Is that it? Okay, pal hair. There it is. Okay, we got the pal hair, and now what we got to do is we just open up our code, put it right here, run this. Oh, single part asset create call. Huh? I don't know what that means. But let's see if it worked. It worked. Beautiful. And so this is what we're going to be able to do this with every single asset. So basically, there's not a single like you know how you weren't able to recolor the other. Hey, Ryan, check this out. Okay, Ryan, you know how surface appearances can't be recolored? Yeah. Yeah, but basically, I found a magic. Yeah. I can cheat with alphas, but um, I I found a way which is much nicer, much simpler. Okay, so Ryan, I'm going to your avatar. I'm taking the helmet that you have, the Marine Combat helmet. I'm taking the asset ID. I'm pasting it here. I'm saving it. Now I'm going to run something called publish test. And oh, really? Well, guess what? I am about to be able to recolor it to anything I want. And so I load this. It does a little dance. Um, yeah, it's currently running some various Python codes and stuff. Oh, it's struggling. It's struggling. But then when it's done, okay, so it says creating image at blah. Wow. Did y'all use like a really high texture resolution or something? Because it's actually going much slower than it was before. Ah, create image failed. Devastating. Devastating. Yeah. Devastating. Okay. Okay. Let's do something a little bit less heartbreaking. Yeah, but Max for UGC, dang it. Okay, gonna have to. It looks like the API has some limits, but this is what happens when you try to demo stuff live. Let's see what's like I'm just gonna get a Roblox asset, make it the okay. How about let's do red iron horns or what's the most famous like Roblox hat? Like what's the most like top rated like Roblox hat thing? Most favorited. Okay, we're gonna do the most favorited Roblox hat of all time. Okay, so there is the Roblox console. Okay, so the Roblox console, which is this rectangular thingy, and then it creates that. Okay, see now it's moving quickly. What the heck? What? How big was that texture? Dominus? Okay, we'll do Dominus next. But check this out. Okay, because we made this, and now it looks like some of the texture may have got through the deep fryer a little bit, but that'll be tuned over time. How did they make it look so good originally? Or does it look better in the thing? Not too much better. All right. Dominus. Okay, let's do Dominus. Okay, what's the first Dominus? Oh, actually, I want to do this one. This one looks really cool. It's called the Frozen Horns of the Frigid Plains, and I think it looks very cool. Okay, but like basically the whole idea is we're going to be able to pre-bake a lot of these. Yeah. Oh, so what am I doing? It is a process. I will tell you that much. All right. Oh, here we go. Look at these beauties. Fully recolorable. Yeah, amazing. All right, so let me go through my workflow. So it is such a headache. Okay, so right now you can't automate the publishing of images. So there's basically first I load it in as an editable image, but you can't actually use those that much right now. And so what I do is I take the editable image and I write it. I have a special little tool which is open source if anyone wants to use it. It's called File Util. It's on my GitHub. But basically, it allows for you to write files and read files and do basic like OS package stuff from a Roblox script. And so what I do is I use that power to take the editable image and then write it as a BMP file. Write it as two of them actually, because there was a weird bug where it wouldn't encode the alphas. And so I write it as a colored texture and as an alpha texture. And then I remotely run code, um, a Python script to combine those into a PNG, which I then publish to the Roblox API, which I then get the asset ID of, which I then write to an arbitrary text file, which I then read from file util and return that. Then I load the asset ID. I use insert service to load the asset ID as a decal model, read the decal from it, get the texture from it, and hook it up directly to the color map of the surface appearance. It's not it's not something that I would do live in game. It's more something that I would do, like on mass overnight. Like I do it for like once I have all of the assets I want, basically I can just set up a list and then run through and just save the IDs somewhere. So this is for the Blue Steel Battle Helm. Is that Bat Helm? I don't know how to say it. But point is, okay, so just run publish test. Um, it loads it. I had to do some actual processing of the editable image to make it readable. Uh, but yeah, so basically I prototyped the look with editable image, and then the rest of the workflow is just getting it published. Um, but yeah, this is okay. So now it's waiting for stuff to complete. Uh-oh, it didn't. It didn't work. The operation ID is null. That's not good. But you can actually see what it looks like at every different level. Oh, okay. Looks like this broke. You can, okay, but as you can see, like this was the previous one where like there was the alpha, there was the color one, and then there's it combined. So, but yeah, so you know, obviously I'll be refining it over time, but this is the general technology that will allow me to have more or less recolorable assets. Okay, but let's just do the Dominus Imperius because I think that looks cool. Okay, well, they asked for a Dominus. We will give them a Dominus. Okay, so, but yeah, and then we're going to use this to get, you know, better control of all these different things. Okay, oh, that one was fast. See, okay, there we go. Okay, Hooded Assassin, say hello, and beautiful. This also allows me to make hair fully recolorable. Like I know it's not as impressive, but ever notice how stupid it is that Roblox makes you like re-buy a hair to change color? You know? Like, can you think of any other game that has you swap the hair out for the color itself? Um, I think that's goofy. So let me. So what's a funny hair thing or something? You know? So that's basically it. Yeah, money, money though. Yeah, well, the thing is, I can still charge for people to change their hair. The reason that they do it is because for like editable images, like being able to have like control over that like stuff at a non-alpha level, that just took forever for them to implement. Um, and they just didn't want to hook it up to the asset system. Yeah, the accessory system hasn't changed too much from the original days. Like how would color hairs work? So basically, whenever I make a whenever I make whenever I port one of these, it's basically going to have a few options where um, okay, so let's get the most high. Let's get the most voted Roblox hair. So most favorited. Okay, so this is the Belle. Oh, actually, this is the Belle of Belfast. Um, so some very beautiful hair, and unfortunately, a bright red. So if you wanted a blonde version of this, you'd be out of luck. So thankfully, um, yeah, so basically it's going to go through this, pump through the asset through the pipeline. Um, it's going to return the asset ID. It's going to load it in, and it's going to swap out the texture. And now this was the original one. Um, and so we can get full control. And there are actually different ones. Like right now, it's at a brightest monocolor. So let's actually just duplicate that for a second and move it over a little bit, so we can actually see what it looks like at different. Because that one, so that in order to get the monocolor to work, because the thing is, not every because sometimes you'll have darker colors. Like if we were to take this and let's just make it bright red. Okay, now we have this one. Let's make it bright red. Um, with these ones, they look pretty identical. I don't even know if I did it right. Did I save? Okay, let's just go with monocolor then. basically the difference in the different bright levels is basically me clamping the values. Like it's me like I basically normalize it so the darkest point is like this level and the brightest point is this level. And then I mess with that to get, okay, here, this one's, I think you can see it more clearly. Um, or not. Am I doing this correctly? Okay, it's more visible with dark hair, so maybe let's just give a dark hair one. Otherwise, I might have to accept a degree of, you know, incompetence on my part. Okay, black ponytail. All right, so we're gonna call this one brightest monocolor. Okay, so publish test. Yeah, so unfortunately, so two color hairs, we only have control over one color right now, because this all has to be added as one single texture. But okay, so here you can see like this hair was originally black, and you can kind of tell like there's some weird processing artifacts. So in general, like you don't necessarily always want to, um, stretch things out, but it's also the best, we can do right now. So let's do it for just monocolor and see how they compare. Because when it's just monocolor, we can also do an inverse monocolor if that in some cases. So okay, so it's loading all that. Okay, so now, am I going crazy or are these the exact same? Did I mess something up? I'm getting a vibe I messed something up because these should look very different. Okay, so retexture style from editable image. There it is. Okay. I didn't hook it up. I didn't hook it up. That's on me. All right. But now, so everything has basically been in monocolor this entire time. So that is what it looks like when I just made another monocolor one. So now if we change this to brightest monocolor, it should actually look better. All right. So this will show you, so this is monocolor. This is when it just changes it to grayscale and then works with that. This, as you can see, is much brighter. You see, like that. You see why I was confused there? I was like, wait a second, there should be way more, yeah, control. Okay, but let's go through the other ones. So then there's bright monocolor, which, yeah, okay, sounds good. Thank you for stopping by, Ryan. Yeah, yeah, also, if you ever need to make this for whatever reason, I'm more than happy to share. The All right, so now we have this. Okay, so you can see the actual monocolors don't look too different for the most part, but on some of them, there's a bit more of an impact. Definitely, though, it's clear that you want to have a monocolor one and a brightest monocolor because for some of these, like there's very much a so it basically you're stuck with only one color for most of it. Um, the trick is just figuring out um, you know how much of the original texture do you want to keep. Like we still, as you see, it still has some of like the highlights. Yeah, no, I think that the darker one does look better in many cases, because it doesn't mess with the shadows as much. But then in other ones, okay, so we have these two. All right, so Let's move this back, and then let's go back to one with a more complicated. Okay, let's do these horns again. Um, all right, so now, so bright monocolor. Let's do brightest monocolor first. Okay, so that one's going to load that in. So let's just settle on like an electric blue or something. Okay. So this one, yeah, I'm starting to see like, the monoscale ones tend to very much have like that sort of original texture a lot more. And ideally, once editable images are out, we'll definitely be able to we'll definitely be able to do more complex stuff. Like you'll be able to set the exact darkness most likely. But until they add support for monocolor. Okay, let's see. What are the other ones? There's material, monocolor, original. So until they add support for actually editable images in a live game, today's stream is probably wrapping up pretty soon. Next 30 minutes. I'm just kind of tired, like my throat's a bit sore today. I've been getting sick so much recently. I don't know what the deal is. All right, but yeah, you can see here like the shadows could show up better. Um, but yeah, we're gonna support both of them. The Okay, I want to see how much different bright monocolor is in terms of because I really don't want bright monocolor to just be like nothing at all because that's just a waste of a texture. But we'll see. Okay, here's an example. This is bright monocolor where you can still see like there's like the tips of it have it, but for the most part it's a lot purer with the color. So yeah, we'll support that and keep things going. Okay, but yeah, that's so decal. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll probably get like a general caching system up, but all of this is building up to hopefully because the next step that we're gonna do is we're gonna take these assets right here and convert them over. So that's gonna be probably the next week or so. We're just going to take all of these and convert them. What if someone finds a way to glow and change colors like a gaming PC? That'd be cool. I think that'd be very nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, we doing some fun API stuff. We're gonna hopefully make some pretty cool asset modifications and retextures. Uh, but yeah, in terms of what my plan is for these, I'm going to take the blue and red layer here and make it into like a textured pants. And then I'm going to make the jackets into a layered clothing, like accessory kind of thing, and the shoes as well. So we're going to have, and same thing with like the superhero outfits. We're just going to have like a base layer, which we use, we'll use that as like the foundation for these things. But yeah, long term, I'd love to have support for like more complicated recolorings, but you know, one day at a time. But yeah, I think that's about it though. I might do some more work on it tonight. I'm just feeling a little bit drained. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Oh, hey there, Sound Sparrow. You showed up just in time for the stream to end, but I appreciate you coming by all the same. But yeah, I'm just I'm feeling drained. It's Monday, you know. But yeah, thanks again, y'all, and I will see y'all. I guess tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Peace.